It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm having an interview with Garry Diack. Garry Diack is the CEO of Tait Communications. What kind of things does he have in mind for the next generation technologies? Because he wants to make the next step, the next leap for the company. Tait is trying to find new investors for the company to take the next leap in critical communications. What's that all about?
Okay, so where the industry's at present, then there needs to be quite a bit of investment that goes into the next generation of where critical communications goes. And a truly radio-centric business like Tait has to start developing its ability in more software-enabled applications that would sit on top of the digital technology. And we've always funded that from our retained earnings, and the business has always sort of had a good traditional source of funding. But I think the opportunities that exist for us, not just here but in other parts of the world, are now widening so much that we need additional sources of capital to put into the development that I think is going to be required.
So Garry, when we're talking about changing an environment,
yes,
you're going to launch a new product. It's called the Vehicle App Builder.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
What is that
So
exactly?
when you put a unified vehicle capability set inside your vehicle, the ability to build applications on top of that digital platform is really important to the customers, and that's what they're buying. They're buying the ability not just to have the digital platform, but to design their own applications and how they might use that digital platform to improve what they want to do. So again, coming back to the Transport for London example, one of the applications they would like to be able to do is, in any bus in London, whenever you go to catch it, there's always 4 or 5 standing there, and the feedback they get is their customers will like to know more accurately which is their bus. Well, an application that on their phone that allows them to connect through the bus and say, this is your bus and this is when it's going, that's the sort of thing that we want Transport for London to be able to design and build and put in place on their own, and the app builder allows that to happen.
And it's still about critical communications, or just any communications, because it's open, right?
It is open. So when we talk about critical communications, the way we think about it is if it's protecting people, property, or productivity, it's a critical communications network. So any application that allows those connections to be made more effectively falls into our definition of critical communications.
Exactly.
That's cool enough to keep you. Just put the full
So, Garry, what about software? We see a lot of companies focusing more and more on software. Motorola on software. I just had an interview with the CTO with Motorola about how they are seeing the thing in the fuse. Airbus as well with the app challenges. Mm-hmm. You see, all these companies are emerging into this new software. That's exactly what you guys are doing as well, is it?
Well,
Are you still keeping the focus on producing devices as well?
Yes, we are. Yeah. So we'll always be a device producer, and what we have inside Tait is we have a 2-pronged strategy. One is to really promote and exhaust and take the concept of physics-based manufactured radio technology to its ultimate end, wherever the customer wants to go. But then you sit there and say that sits in the middle of a value chain, and on either side of it, your communications have got to integrate with wider enterprise-based activity inside a customer. And to do the integration gateways are all software enabled and software driven. So we are doing more and more around how you integrate that voice communication into a data and an enterprise-wide management system so that the customers can work on improving their productivity and performance. This wider connection of your voice-related communications into text-related, we understand and we can do inside an LMR or PMR construct. But how once you've got applications running, you take that data into wider enterprise management and productivity improvement is where the role of software-enabled solutions come from. And yes, other competitors are out there are spending quite extensively in this space, and we need to follow them, and we need to partner up with those who are already in this space, like some of the network providers, so that we are going to a customer with an integrated solution.
Exactly.
Tait has made a decision that it wants to be part of a wider ecosystem of multiple partners to create a broader solution.
And creating the value for other MVNOs, for other companies to work with, right? That's what it's all about.
Right. That's what it's all about. Yep.